Hello, today I'd like to talk to you about video games and memories of video games. As gamers, I think we all have some special standout moments, games that mean something to you, that are special in some way and that represent a certain time in your life. Perhaps a time of childhood when summers seem to last forever. For me, that game is ToeJam and Earl on the Sega Mega Drive. My first encounter with this game was in 1993 in a local video rental shop. I remember looking over the box of the original game in the video shop, wondering what it was about. These cartoon characters on the front, it was bright, vivid and looked like fun. There was this big orange guy with a hot dog and a gangly looking red guy with a backwards baseball cap. How cool! I spent a couple of weeks imagining what it would be like to play it and how it'd work. I didn't ask Mum to rent it for me because my older brother had always chosen the games we rented. I eventually asked Mum if I could rent it. She said yes, and I was the happiest I'd ever been. This game had been unobtainable to me. I'd used my imagination to wonder how it played. You know, I'd never seen anything like it before. I remember the drive home reading the hilarious manual. I can even remember having to finish my homework on polymer plastics before I could play it. I remember having sausage, chips and baked beans for dinner. It's weird how the memory of that day is so vivid some 20 plus years later. The game had that much of an impact on me. Anyway, after the homework was done, I got to play this amazing game, and from the opening I loved it. The music had me bopping my head and the intro laughing. My brother and I played the hell out of it, never managing to complete it as we only rented it for 3 days. But picking up presents and just messing about with rocket skates, slingshots and spring shoes, whilst trying to avoid getting run over by the hamster or lawnmower man. We just wanted to experience as much of it as possible, and we were finding it all so much fun. It eventually had to be returned, but we rented it a few more times. I remember racing back down to the shop to rent it again after I read about Level 0 in a games magazine, and I wanted to see it for myself. It wasn't until about 1999 that I was reunited with ToeJam and Earl when I bought myself a copy. I'd been saving like crazy after I saw these adverts in a games magazine for a company called TeleGames, who were selling it for $49.99. I mean, where else could I get it? Then a friend told me about a shop in Goodram Gate, York, called Game Station. They had a copy for $11.99 and I couldn't get there fast enough. Seriously, it was like finding the Holy Grail. This is well before I had internet, so finding Game Station was like the Cave of Wonders. So here we are in 2015 and ToeJam and Earl are set to make a comeback, but they need our help. There is a Kickstarter for a new ToeJam and Earl game called Back in the Groove. There is a goal of $400,000, and I'd like to ask that if you ever played TJ&E, or even if you didn't, could you please consider helping out by backing at whatever level you can afford. You can help fans like me get to hang out with my old buddies again, and for that, I would be so grateful. The link to the Kickstarter will be in the description below.